What is going on, guys? This is Daniel, and let's just say it, the Bulls are going to be bad this year. If you look at their projected starting lineup, it's not good. They lost a lot of key players from last year, including Jimmy Butler, but the reason I'm making this video is because X's and O's wise, I like what I'm seeing from their offense in preseason. Hoiberg really didn't have a chance to run a modern motion offense with the lack of spacing the last few years, but this year with more spacing at the 4 position and a poor roster, he has that opportunity. Let's get to it. They like to run double drag screens in early offense, and this is good stuff. It's a double ball screen, the center rolls and the stretch 4 pops, and here the stretch 4 is open, which causes rotation, and they get an open corner 3. It doesn't have to be run in early offense. Here they run the double drag screen in the half court with Lopez rolling and Markkanen popping, and what happens is Crowder, who's guarding Markkanen, drops low to bump the roll man, which frees up Markkanen for the 3. Mirotic and Markkanen can definitely play the stretch 4 on this play and in the offense in general. Portis, that's questionable. He shot a mediocre 33% from 3 last year, and here on the double drag play, he passes up on an open 3. Defenses will give him this shot, and to be a stretch 4 in this offense, you have to, of course, stretch the floor. This isn't quite the double drag screen in early offense, but it's the same concept. Lopez sets the ball screen, rolls, and Mirotic is acting as the weak side shooter on top. And what happens here is Check Diallo bumps the roll man, so Lopez, being the smart player that he is, sets a screen on Diallo, freeing up Mirotic for the 3. I suspect they'll involve Markkanen in a bunch of pick and pops, including ones in early offense, and here he picks and pops for 3, and defenses will do a better job of taking this away than they did on this play, but that still is a good option. Let's talk about some of their half-court actions, and this is a set they like to run in preseason, where it starts with a pin down for Denzel Valentine on the weak side into a dribble handoff, and then Lopez is rolling and Mirotic is filling up on the weak side. This puts a ton of stress on that weak side defender to either bump the roll man or stick with the shooter Mirotic. Here, Diallo decides to bump the roll man, though Valentine doesn't find Mirotic on the skip pass and throws up a miss. This is a great angle of the same exact set, and this time Valentine does come off that screen and find Mirotic on the skip pass. Same set, and what the Cavs do is they'll switch that first screen. A lot of teams will do this. This allows Crowder to get in position to deny that handoff, but Justin Holiday counters with a nicely timed backdoor cut. Out of a dead ball situation, they'll often run this, and I've seen this in years past, where it's a few pitches, and then they'll get right into a sideline pick and roll with here Mirotic. And what's nice about this is it's early in the shot clock. 19 seconds and they get a sideline pick and roll. That's nice, and here Grant drives away from the pick and scores. This right here was the most elaborate set I saw the Bulls run. It starts with a curl, and Valentine once in a while may get a layup off of this. Then there's more movement, more passing, and they'll get a high pick and roll with pristine spacing on the weak side between Mirotic and Valentine. This allows Valentine to get the kick-out pass and nail the 3. Let's watch this play one more time to look at why the spacing is so important. So on the pick and roll, Diallo will be the one bumping the roll man, and Rondo is zoning between the 2 shooters on this play, and he'll close out on whoever the pass goes to. Because of the great spacing, Rondo can't be too close to either of the shooters, and that allows Valentine to get off the shot. And I was definitely impressed with the Bulls' spacing, especially compared to last year. Here on a zipser drive, you can see how the floor is spread, and this makes it difficult for the Cavs to rotate when the ball is kicked out. Moving on to post-ups with Robin Lopez, who's a decent post player, so they'll be getting him the ball, and they like to run a split in front of the post. The Warriors do this. It's very tough to guard. The post passer will come screen for the player on top. Here, that's Jaren Grant, who comes off the screen and nails the 3. It's so simple, but it's read and react, so there's several different options off of this. Here, Mirotic decides not to run off the screen as he sees an opportunity to cut back door, and he gets to the line. I like this option for Markkanen, and here he comes off the screen and gets an open look. Tristan Thompson just did not pay him any respect as a shooter. Other defenders will, but he still can get good looks off of this. The only other post action off of the post I've seen them run is the double screen instead of the split. So it's a double screen across the top here for Portis, and while he doesn't have an open shot, notice how they can nicely enter it back into Lopez, who hits the shot inside. Backdoor cuts can of course also be utilized in the double screen. Here Holiday sees Wade creep up to fight over the screens, so he cuts backdoor, gets it, and gets fouled, and Holiday moves pretty well without the ball. The one thing I don't like about the split and how the Bulls run it is they'll get it to the post, and when the guard coming off of the screen doesn't have an open shot, they'll go into a handoff toward the corner. To me, the defense can trap this too easily, which happens here, and it's a turnover. They don't do this every time, but when they do and the defense traps, it just puts the ball handler in a tough position. I like what I'm seeing, but at the end of the day, the talent just isn't there. The movement, sets, and spacing are all nice, but defenses will be able to prevent a lot of good shots simply by going under screens and switching screens. That applies to a lot of teams, but specifically the Bulls, as no one respects Grant's off the dribble shooting. Teams will be able to duck under pick and rolls that may otherwise be successful. Teams will gladly go under Chris Dunn's pick and rolls. That's what Jrue Holiday does here, daring him to shoot. He doesn't, and it results in a tough shot for Portis. Teams will even go under Valentine's screens. Valentine can clearly shoot, but he's not proven off the dribble yet in the NBA, so here the Cavs duck under the screen and give him that jumper. Switching is the other big issue for the Bulls, as they'll have a tough time exploiting matchups when the defense does switch. Here, the Cavs don't switch the Markkanen pick and pop, which gives Markkanen the open three. This time the Cavs do switch the pick and pop, and Markkanen seems very tentative in terms of posting up. He doesn't attack Rose despite the height advantage, and while he is looking for the split, when he passes it back out, he's not aggressive trying to get the ball back, though on this play, Justin Holiday bails them out. I'm going to show you two plays. The first is when the defense doesn't switch. So the Bulls run a set where Mirotic rubs off of a guard, then he'll get a down screen to the corner, and because Boogie is guarding Mirotic, the Pelicans don't want to switch this as they don't want Boogie guarding a guard on the perimeter. And because of this, Mirotic gets an open three in that corner. By the way, if I've pronounced Mirotic's name wrong the whole video, I apologize. So that's a nice set the Pelicans ran, and they'll get some threes off of that during the regular season, but the thing is, a lot of teams will switch that corner screen. So same set, this time for Markkanen, and the Cavs will switch 1 through 4 without fear of a Bulls player exploiting the switch mismatch, and Wade will jump out to the corner and disrupt the play. Well, there you have it, guys. At the very least, the Bulls will be, from an X's and O's standpoint, more exciting than I thought coming into this season. Well, thanks for watching, guys. A lot of NBA content coming up this season, so stay tuned and I'll see you next time.